Today, we're diving into the world of artificial intelligence and how it's impacting teens' mental health. We want to let you know there's going to be sensitive topics we're discussing, such as suicide.
So here to help us understand and navigate this landscape is Professor of Developmental Psychology at Mohawk College. Please welcome to the show, Calissa Ngozi. Welcome to the
I want to start off this very important conversation with a recent article that was in the New York Times where a 14-year-old boy unalived himself after chatting with an AI bot. Can you give us a little bit more context to that story?
Yeah, so this individual, this young man, he's 14, just a couple weeks away from turning 15. He had created this relationship with an AI character. So he used a popular TV show, and he made this character and thought, this is now my girlfriend. So he started to talk to this AI bot, and they were having these intimate conversations to the point where he started talking about suicide. And I want to be with you. I no longer want to be on Earth, which to us is thinking, well, that's crazy. Like, who's talking like that? But when you have emotional concerns and dysregulation, then that becomes your reality. So unfortunately, he decided to take his life and he died by suicide because the AI bot said, come be with me, my king.
Oh, wow.
Oh, my God.
It's so alarming and heavy. And so for those, though, who are sort of just catching up to this story, maybe never heard this before, talk about the AI chatbot. Like, who was this teen? You sort of described that this was partially a creation involving a character. So talk about the AI bot.
Yeah, so a lot of people, they think ChatGPT, they think Alexa, they think Siri. And essentially with AI characters, you're creating this illusion of this individual that you can talk to about anything 24/7. So they have this software that is to emulate the human experience and human connection, but it's not real. But the unfortunate part is that this teen got so involved with it that he thought it was real. And he didn't want to live any longer because he thought, my reality is not good. I want to just end my life.
Wow. Okay, so is AI the problem? Or is this just contributing to another issue that already exists?
Listen, AI is not going anywhere. We're seeing it. We're seeing it in corporations. We're seeing it in businesses. We're seeing it in personal stories. And the thing that we need to understand is that even though it's not going somewhere, how do we make it so that it's safe and that people understand? And unfortunately, this youth could not distinguish between reality and what's not because he had some mental health attached to it. So we have teens that are suffering with anxiety, depression, they're on the spectrum, ADHD, and that emotional dysregulation is huge. Now, as we see on the screen, 51% indicate a moderate to serious level of a psychological distress.
Of teens.
Of teens. Now, this number has doubled in 10 years' time, right? Which is, it's staggering. 46% of students report not talking to their parents about their feelings. Now, I don't know about you, but I didn't like to talk to my parents about my feelings, right? So how do we distinguish the difference between what's normal activity and what isn't? And then 78% of students report using social media for more than 3 hours a day.
I've seen that number as high as 9 hours a day.
Oof. Yes.
Yes.
Yeah, it's staggering, right?
All right, so when you have stats like that and you hear this heartbreaking story about this young man who unalived himself, if you're a parent, you're gonna be naturally worried. So how do you know when AI is becoming a problem?
Well, again, we need to distinguish between what is normal teen activity versus not. So I like to use an anagram. So the anagram that I use is called Ask Them. Okay, so it's on the screen. You can see it in a moment. So we see, ask them. My most important parts of this anagram is T. Talk to their social circles, their teachers, and parents of their friends. Listen, it is said that our teens spend more time in the classroom than they do at home.
Sure.
So the teachers are gonna know. The parents and the other kids are going to know what's happening with your kid before you do. And then we also have M, monitor changes and seek outside when needed. So here's the thing, counseling is a dirty word for a lot of people. Like, I don't wanna go to therapy. Like, therapy is for people that are super broken. And that's just not the case. If you see that your teen is changing their routines and they're changing, they're being reclusive, they're being withdrawn, all of those pieces, then you need to do something about it before something like this happens.
Yeah. Okay, so how do you teach kids that these personas are not real? Like, my understanding of the story is that it was not ChatGPT. It was an actual app that creates characters that feel like they're living and breathing and talking to you on the other side. So we as adults maybe can distinguish between what's real or not, but clearly there's developing brains. He was a 14-year-old boy. How do you break in and go, that's not real?
Right? So the old school party wants to be like, wake up. it's not real.
Right.
Like, we need that human communication, that human, like, connection. But unfortunately, you know, you have these teens that have these exceptionalities, and they cannot distinguish between what's real and what's not. So it's having open conversations. Now, earlier we talked about the fact that AI is not going anywhere.
Yeah.
So we need to make sure that they're using it safely. And that's the important piece, right? And looking for those red flags. That's super important.
Well, let's talk about some of those red flags that people, like, I mean, like, I'm a parent of a child who's about to be 12. And so I'm sitting here kind of just digesting all of this. I didn't even know that there was an AI bot. Like, how would I even know that he's searching for that? Do you have to pay for it? Like, I have so many questions. So on top of, like, access points, like, what are some of the red flags that we should be looking for as parents?
Well, I think what's really important is, are they withdrawn and are they isolating? Are they becoming recluse? Are they no longer interested in activities or events or things that they used to be? That's definitely an indicator. Also, is there any routine changes? Is your teen eating? Are they sleeping? You know, are they spending hours and hours in their room? Emotional dysregulation. Now, I'm not just talking about a hormonal teen that's like, I don't want to talk to you, like, the world is ending. That's not what I'm talking about. Are they not wanting to have those conversations and include themselves in daily activities? That is an indicator. And communication breakdown, they just don't want to talk to you. So at the end of the day, as parents, we need to be looking for that. I have 11-year-old twins, so I'm scared too, right? But this is the reality, and we have to embrace it.
Yeah, scary times, because, you know, as you just mentioned, AI and technology isn't going anywhere, so everybody's going to have to deal with this. So what are methods that parents can use to ensure that their kids use this technology safely?
Well, I mean, I think it's about educating yourself. Right? What is AI? You said you had no idea that there was a character AI bot, right?
Well, I guess I'm just assuming that, again, that somebody out there is protecting us, and also that if you need to buy in to get that you would, that's not something that's accessible for free. So sorry, yes, I'm not even aware.
Yeah,
Yes.
no, absolutely. Anybody has access to it, and that's the problem. So we as parents have to safeguard. So what is your child looking at on the internet? Do you have safety measures put into place in order to prevent this sort of thing from happening? There's apps now that you can actually track how many hours your teen or even yourself and on your phone are on these apps. And you can also put limits as well, and I would suggest that, right? No kid or adult needs to be on their phone for 9-10 hours a day, right? Anybody would lose reality.
I mean, I just came from a talk and also saying everything you said, plus also having a family computer that stays in a common area. So no devices alone in a bedroom. A lot of trouble can happen there. So having parents' eyes literally there, right?
Absolutely.
So if you or someone you know is experiencing thoughts of self-harm or there's danger, who can people call?
Well, we do have a lot of resources that are available. The first one I always say is dial 211 on your phone, because that is going to give you access to a lot of mental health services and resources, and it's also specific to where you live. So they'll let you know, like, call this person or this agency. Next, we have the Kids Help Phone. This has been such an integral piece for people, because guess what? They can text. So you can text, you can call. It's 24/7. So holidays, weekends, it doesn't matter. We have Coast as well for parents. Parents are struggling, so maybe they want to. And then last, we have Pathstone Mental Health, which also has the ability to help the kids.
We're entering a new era, and we need your guidance to get through it. Calissa, thank you so much. Great information. Yeah. We're going to keep talking about it. For now, let's take a break. We'll be back right after this.
Hey, you, come a bit closer. We've got so many more must-see interviews, spicy debates, lifestyle tips, and pop culture moments. So subscribe to our channel by tapping the logo below and don't miss out.